David Corenswet reveals that basic bodily functions get disrupted when he was in the Superman suit for hours in James Gunn's movie. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. David Corenswet dons the classic Superman costume in James Gunn's new film. He wore the cape and the trunk over his suit, with the S symbol on his chest. While this costume looks fantastic for the viewers, Corenswet says that comfort is not something the Superman suit offers. James Gunn's Superman is all set to make a grand worldwide launch in July 2025. David Corenswet's look in the film had already won over the fans, but they don't know the full picture. Corenswet's suit didn't have one functionality that Spider-Man actor Tom Holland had earlier complained about in his Spidey suit. In addition to Corenswet, the film features other suit-wearing superheroes, played by Nathan Fillion, Eddie Gathegi, Isabella Merced, and Maria Gabriela de Faria. From the trailers, it appears that Gunn has checked every box to make fans of the character excited. Corenswet and co-star Nicholas Hoult, who plays Lex Luthor, recently appeared on the cover of Wonderland magazine. They talked about their roles in Gunn's first movie in the DCU. During the interview, Hoult asked if there was something Corenswet hadn't revealed about the suit. The Hollywood actor decided to reveal his one issue when he was in the suit. He shared that the basic bodily function of peeing got disrupted when he spent hours in the suit. He shared that the suit didn't have a zip. However, he shared that his dresser, Scotty Hankins, helped him during those occasions. While his words may have come out wrong, Hankins appeared to be of great help to him. Corenswet shared, at DCU Supernews/X, "It doesn't have a zip, so I have to get out of it completely to pee. Luckily, I had Scotty Hankins, my dresser, who was an absolute wizard with his hands, though perhaps don't print it quite like that. Let's say he was incredibly skilled and always on hand." Many things in the film, including the costumes, were inspired by Richard Donner's Superman. James Gunn once told comicbook.com about the Donnerverse influence, "I think that obviously, the original Donner movie influenced me. But this isn't like I'm just making a Donner-type movie." The comic-accurate costumes and the settings all look promising in the film. The fully covered superhero suit didn't have a mouth opening, which made it difficult to intake food. He had to drink water through a tube inserted through the costume's eye socket hole, as seen in this BTS video, via Entertainment Tonight. For bathroom breaks, Holland had to disrobe entirely, and he revealed that he only wore a thong under the suit. Holland had this vicious problem while wearing the suit because when he drank more water to keep himself hydrated inside the hot suit, the more he had to use the restroom. Tom Holland did his best to prepare for the role by observing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's previous films. However, nothing could prepare him for the challenging suit. Holland took anywhere between 25 minutes and 45 minutes to put on his suit, depending on whether he had to wear a stunt harness beneath it. James Gunn confirms Superman will release in the USA and China on July 11, 2025, with a new teaser poster for Chinese fans. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Before the DC Universe was rebooted under the leadership of James Gunn, Zack Snyder had big and ambitious plans for his version of the DC Extended Universe. He was all set to expand the Justice League saga, and interestingly, one of those ideas also included adapting the Flashpoint storyline. Zack Snyder may not be at the helm of the DC Extended Universe, but his impact and popularity are still at an all-time high. The iconic filmmaker is known for his bold storytelling and stunning direction, and he has movies such as Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and his version of Justice League under his belt. But after James Gunn and Peter Safran took over, his vision was cut short, but left plenty of what-ifs. One of which involved Flashpoint Batman. Now, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who was set to take on the role, has revealed a major behind-the-scenes detail. In this version, Bruce Wayne dies, and his father, Thomas Wayne, becomes a much darker and more violent Batman. Moreover, actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who briefly appeared as Thomas Wayne in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, recently confirmed that he was almost returned to play Flashpoint. In an interview via Den of Geek, he shared that the legendary filmmaker had plans to do more movies. It's a famous comic book arc in which the Flash changes the past and creates a major alternate universe with major changes, including a different version of Batman. He continued, "But it was the first time that Lauren and I met. I remember meeting her for the first time, and she had just started The Walking Dead, and I was a huge fan. The idea was, truthfully, that Zack was going to do more movies, and that I think that there was a time when Flashpoint Batman would have seen these two characters in a much bigger role. We never got a chance to do that, unfortunately. Before they became famous for their roles as Negan and Maggie in The Walking Dead, Dead City, Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Cohan had a brief but iconic appearance in the DCU. That's right, both the actors played the role of Thomas and Martha Wayne in Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Not only this, but he also detailed that both he and his Walking Dead co-star Lauren Cohan, aka Martha Wayne, were originally cast with a long-term idea in mind. Unfortunately, Snyder's exit from the DCU meant those plans never happened. While 2023's The Flash included elements of the Flashpoint storyline and brought back Michael Keaton's Batman, Morgan's version of the character never made it to the screen. Fans of Snyder's vision still wonder what his version of Flashpoint could have looked like, with Jeffrey Dean Morgan suiting up as a more brutal, alternate Batman in a darker DC timeline. Also, he bombarded Cohan with questions because she had just started The Walking Dead, and he was already a fan. He added, "Their scene, which shows the murder of Bruce Wayne's parents, is one of the most pivotal moments in Batman's origin." Interestingly, it was also the first time Morgan and Cohan met each other in real life. In an interview via CBR, Morgan recalled that they filmed the scene in Chicago on an extremely cold night. "I remember peppering Lauren Cohan with all sorts of questions because she had just started The Walking Dead the year before. We were also both on Supernatural. I had done Supernatural on the first season. She came in the second season. We never got to work together. We met in Chicago, shooting the Thomas and Martha Wayne scene, which was super cool." Though short, their appearance left a lasting impression, not just on fans, but on the actors themselves. And they still look back fondly on their time as Batman's parents in the DCU. Releasing Superman simultaneously in the USA and China on July 11, 2025, reflects Warner Bros. And DC Studios' confidence in the film's universal appeal. China, one of the world's largest film markets, has shown significant enthusiasm for superhero films, with past DC entries like Aquaman grossing over $290 million in 2018. Via Forbes, James Gunn has set the stage for a global celebration of the Man of Steel, announcing that Superman will hit theaters in both the USA and China on July 11, 2025. This synchronized release marks a bold move for the DC Universe's first film, aiming to unite fans worldwide in experiencing Clark Kent's latest adventure. Alongside this news, Gunn and the cast shared an international teaser poster tailored for Chinese audiences, amplifying the excitement for David Corenswet's debut as the iconic superhero. As anticipation builds for this reboot, this dual-release strategy and the film's fresh take are shaping up to redefine Superman for a new era. The international teaser poster, shared by James Gunn on X, featuring Chinese text and Corenswet in the classic Superman pose, was unveiled to cater specific